whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. We PoPolitickin, it's so dope when it kick in. You can get in where you fit in. We straight PoPolitickin, the whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. You know what this is when we PoPolitickin. My money long like division, I proposition to put a fist in. We straight PoPolitickin. Hey yo, I rise like the sun in the east, running the streets. Same people that was coming in peace, some in the beast on the microphone. It's never a long and hard task. For God, I'm gon' smash they blog and podcast. Introduction to journalism 101 with Pharaoh PoPolitickin, about where I'm from and what I do. What's up? It gotta be good. Interviewing everybody, you know they probably could. Take all the blood, sweat, and tears, working all them years, putting in 10,000 hours. It empowers careers from the baby and Megan Thee Stallion to Yo Gotti. High as a kite, jet life, currency in the party with MC Light. J Prince said I rap a lot. Super Saiyan Black Kakarot with a Macintosh laptop and my Apple Watch, smoking Fraggle Rocks. 4 eyes, got more lines and hooks than a tackle box. What? The whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. We PoPolitickin, it's so dope when it kick in. You can get in where you fit in. We straight PoPolitickin, the whole squad on the mission, you got to listen. You know what this is when we PoPolitickin. My money long like division, I proposition to put a fist in. We straight PoPolitickin.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, wherever we listen to podcasts. 1212 on the place to be with brother OB. Bars. How you doing, bro?
Peace, what's going on, brother?
Chill, man.
Glad to have me on, man.
No doubt. So, where you from? Where you from?
I'm born and raised Pine Bluff, Arkansas, man. I'm from the Delta.
Pine Bluff. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I be knowing about Arkansas is the Razorbacks when they had Nolan Richardson coaching.
Yeah. I got you.
When they,
that's all.
Fayetteville, that's too, right. When they had a movie Banging in Little Rock.
Yeah, that was back in the 90s.
You know this rapper name? His name was.
It was back in the 90s.
You ever heard this rapper named Freak? Freq. You ever heard of him?
Not offhand.
Yeah, that was my boy, man. He passed away. He was in Arkansas. Somebody killed him. They said somebody killed him in his house. Yeah, he passed away. He passed away like I want to say like 2-3 years ago. But yeah, he was my homie, man. He was a guest on the show a lot named Lil Freak from Arkansas. That's the other homie I know from Arkansas. The shit. Let us know. So how? Okay. Let us know your background. Let us know how you got into the game.
Yo, so a little bit about myself, man. Again, I'm born and raised Pine Bluff, Arkansas. For those who don't know, Pine Bluff is like the Mecca for Black people in Arkansas. So, you know, we in a predominantly Black city. We got an HBCU here, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, the Golden Lions. A lot of history here. So, you know, I'm the son of a school teacher and my father's an entrepreneur. You know, printing T-shirts since the mid '80s. So, I'm born in '79, man. So I kind of grew up with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to see the different waves and the different regions start to come to the mainstream and stuff like that. So, you know, those are some of my musical influences. Like, you know, I remember rap being played on the radio in '86. You know, prior to '86, wasn't no rap played on the radio in Arkansas. So I was like 7 years old at that time, man. So, so I kind of grew up with the art form.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, hip hop just turned. They said it turned 50. It's 50 years old.
Yeah. So I'll be 44 this year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So they say the first commercial. They say the. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
Now they were saying like the first commercial rap song hit in '79, the Sugar Hill Gang. You know what I'm saying? That was '79, so that's the year I was born, man. So yeah, just kind of grew up with with the art form, man. But being in Arkansas, that's been a journey. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be able to express yourself in this art form. So,
is it any like?
but yeah, I've been rhyming.
I would say, who would you say is the top rappers so far to come out of Arkansas? I would say Arizona, Arkansas.
The top rapper to come out of Arkansas. What's the guy name, man? Bankroll Freddie.
Okay.
I think he got indicted on some charges here, like late last year. There's another guy, out of Pine Bluff that's making a lot of noise. His name is Young Quez.
I interviewed him
He been
before.
making some major moves. Yeah. Then it's a lot of younger artists, man. That's they got their own lane, man. So they kind of do like the drill rap and all of that type of stuff. So they doing a lot of numbers on social media and stuff like that. It's another artist named G4, that's been doing a lot of numbers. K Savage. That's the name of a few of them. So,
but ain't no really like no.
But all these.
Yeah, you just gonna say what I was gonna say, but ain't no really no far as no older rappers that so far. Just it's mostly like the new rappers so far.
No, I don't know of any rap artists that hit the mainstream hard, like that's had a presence in the mainstream from Arkansas, like not as far as rap goes.
That's crazy. So do y'all have any like? I'm just trying to learn about the state. Y'all have any like R&B artists come out of there that you know of?
Not that I know of, man. Honestly, it's people do stuff here locally, and they probably do some traveling. But I think the artist like Neo was born in Arkansas, but he don't really claim to be from Arkansas.
Yeah, because ain't nobody else from there. That's what.
I mean, you go on.
He claimed Atlanta now or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I think he was born in like Camden, Arkansas. Yeah, it ain't really no mainstream artist that's like you gonna hear on the radio that's hollering or screaming Arkansas. Yeah, you ain't gonna hear that.
That's what's up. I mean, but shit, that's what we got you for. So let us know about, because we was talking about your group earlier, MCE. So just let us know about the group, and then how did that come about?
Yo, so MCE, man, we're a collection of artists, and when I say artists, like drawing, painting, you know what I'm saying, murals, all of that. We do all of that too. But music is really what brought us together. I've been recording music for 20 years. I started writing rhymes in like '97. That's when I graduated high school. So I started recording. I went to the military, got out, came back home. So about 2000, I started writing rhymes, got in the studio about 2001. So I've been with other groups and stuff like this. I was also a producer. So I produced and made beats for about 15 years. And so one of the brothers in my group said he basically bought some beats from me. So I produced some tracks for his one of his solo projects. And we just kind of started building a relationship like that, man. And I heard his first project, and it kind of inspired me to like, yo, we need to work together on some music, like, because I was rhyming too, but I made beats as well. And so we hooked up and formed a group called MCE. So it was just Magnum and Ced. We put out our first project in 2009 called Knowledge of Self, Volume 1. And E came about because E sung some hooks for us. So he's like the R&B artist of the group. So it's like two rappers and an R&B artist that make up MCE.
Y'all trying to be like 213?
So we've been rocking it.
213, they got Snoop.
Something like that, man. Yeah.
Snoop, Nate Dogg,
Warren G, and Nate Dogg. Yeah. I got a lot of inspiration from Snoop Dogg and them too, man. I loved Snoop Dogg music, the whole Dog Pound, Nate Dogg. You know what I'm saying? I rocked with a whole lot of that music. So
I like what I like about Tupac is, not Tupac tripping. What I like about Snoop is it's kind of do with Tupac. It's like he survived all that. Like he survived Tupac, Biggie getting killed. Shit, he had his own little thing, but he didn't. It's like once he beat that murder case, he kind of stayed out the way and didn't get in no more trouble. And now you see what he do. So I like him for like people just, he might have people in situations like that you can change your life if you want to. So he changed his life around and he's still making money. You have to see Snoop on everything. You see Snoop or you gonna see Shaq.
Yeah.
Shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Snoop put a lot of people on from Long Beach too, man. Yeah. That's one of the things I liked about him too, man. He gave people a chance, you know what I'm saying? So, that was something to be commendable to me.
And then what part of what military branch you was in? I was in the Marines.
I was in the Army. I did 2 years in the Army, and then I got out and went into the National Guard for 5 years. So I did 7 in all. So
how you like that?
Man, it was an experience, man. I got a chance to live in South Korea for a year. Met a lot of people from different places, man. Coming from where I'm from, like it's pretty much black and white. You know what I'm saying? You don't really see nobody else. So being in the military, getting a chance to, talk and build relationships with people, other races, nationalities, and all of that stuff, man, was, that was an experience. Just learning more about how the world worked, man. Coming from a small town, like that was an eye opener for me.
Yeah, so it sounds like you saying it got you out the country for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
So where you at? Are you?
But it was cool though.
You in Arkansas now too?
Yeah, I'm in Arkansas now.
You back in Pine Bluff or?
Yeah, I'm back in Pine Bluff.
Okay, so what made you go back home?
Honestly, man, when I went to the military, the recruiters hooked me on that. You gonna get this money to go to school. That was my thing. Like, I didn't want to go to school without having no bread. And I was honestly, man, I was trying to go to Morehouse. Like that's where I was trying to go to school, and I didn't get in, so I was kind of down. Like I didn't want to go nowhere else, and so I was trying to look for some scholarships. The military came with, hey, we'll pay you $20,000. You know what I'm saying, for 2 years of service. I'm like, bet, let me sign a dotted line. I ain't understanding how the GI Bill work. I'm thinking when I get out, they finna drop $20,000 on me. You know what I'm saying? So
you waiting to get out. You waiting to get out before you even go in, huh? Like shit.
Hey, bro, I counted down every single day in the military. You know what I'm saying? Like on the count, I counted down every day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, yo, when I get out, man, I'm gonna have these 20 G's. Like, yo, it's gonna be on, man. I'm sitting at the crib waiting on the money. My pop's like, yo, you ain't got in school yet? I was like, no. He's like, you ain't gonna get no money till you get in school. So that's really one of the reasons why I came back home was to go to school. I wanted to go to the HBCU that was here, but I really wasn't focused on going to school, man. I was trying to live out street dreams and stuff like that. So
But you went. So what school did you end up saying you went to though? You went to HBCU.
So I went to a community college here first, Southeast Arkansas College, and then I went to to UAPB, and yeah, I was kind of playing around, man. It didn't finish, so you had children, and I've been working and grinding ever since.
Yeah.
So
Is that the school Ed Reed got involved with and had to step down, or that's another school? You remember Ed Reed?
that might be.
Let me go look that shit up right
It,
quick. Yeah, he was coaching.
you said Ed Reed?
Yeah, you don't remember he was coaching the football team? It might be. Oh no, it was Butane Cookman. He was coaching them. Then he stepped down because he was talking about the school. But I guess shit, you might be able to speak on this a little bit. And what you think about like with Deion? And they know it's kind of old still. What you think about how he was at Jackson State and then he left and now he at Colorado? You think that was a good move for him, or you think he should have stayed with the folks?
I mean, it was a good move for him. You know, he made his pockets better. Um, as far as like the university and what he left, I think that there's a lot of issues that HBCUs face that a lot of people may not really understand how HBCUs operate when they in the state university system. Like Jackson State is probably a part of the University of Mississippi school system. Like UAPB here is a part of the University of Arkansas school system. You know what I'm saying? The HBCU used to be independent to a certain degree, but when they came up under the state system, uh, the money that they get and all of this stuff is founded a lot on athletics. So he did a lot to bring money into the university. The university wasn't able to reciprocate what what I'm saying, what he was bringing into them,
Right.
the alumni and all of that type of stuff. So it was, to me, it's a very, very difficult situation, man, to analyze. Like, would I have liked him to stay? It would have been a good look. It may have influenced other former NFL stars to do some of the same if he would have stayed. But the man made a personal decision for his family, for his life, and that's people have to live with that decision, man. But the influence that he had to bring young people who may have went to predominantly white institutions to come to a HBCU, he had that pull. And other former NFL stars who could have taken these coaching jobs would have done the same thing to draw these black players to return to HBCUs, man. So, there's a lot at stake, though.
Mm-hmm. And then, so far as with the art, as an artist, you consider yourself, because you're saying you do both of them. So which one are you more? Are you more of an MC or are you more a producer? Or you try to keep it even?
As of lately, I've been more in the MC role, man. I have a love of production. When I was younger, man. I'm still pretty shy, so I didn't really want to talk too much. So when I was younger, man, me, one of my older brothers and a cousin, we formed a little group. I was probably about 8 or 9, and I was the beatboxer. They like to talk, so they was the rhymer. So I was beatboxing. You know what I'm saying? So I've always liked the music, the sounds. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part that's gonna always be there for me. But I didn't like to talk too much. But if I'm gonna say something, then I want what I say to be important. So when I decided to start writing, I'm like, man, I know I can do better than some of the stuff that I'm hearing, man. So I've gotten a little bit back into production, but primarily, man, I'm more focused on being an MC.
So who would you say who your top 5 MCs? right now?
Oh man. My top 5. Whew, in no particular order, KRS is one of my all-time favorite MCs. Common, Ice Cube, Scarface. Man, I'm trying to think, man. Them off top, like them some of my favorite artists, man. I listen to quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's funny.
As far as new artists though, as far as new artists, man, I like Kendrick Lamar. Who else? I don't really listen to a whole lot of mainstream rap, man. So, yeah, I'm kind of limited as far as like, you know what I'm saying. What a lot of the younger generation come with.
So what you be
Yeah,
listening to?
I listen to some. Um, Honestly, man, as far as rap go, I listen to a lot of. You can call it underground music. I listen to a lot of older rap. You know what I'm saying? But and then I also listen to I listen to a lot of reggae and jazz though. Honestly, man. So I got a pretty wide music selection. So a lot of rap today, it really don't. I don't know. It don't really move me like that. Like I hear some stuff, but like I stopped listening to the radio, man, in like 2005. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was bugging me, bro. Honestly, man. I turned off the radio. I stopped watching TV like 2005, man, because like what I was hearing and what I was saying was rubbing me the wrong way, bro. So I had to kind of unplug for a minute, man, and kind of find myself.
So you still don't do that now, or you watch TV and listen to music, or you still don't really do that?
I watch some stuff on Netflix and stuff. I mean, with computers today, man, like
You
it's
got more
hard to
control
not
of
watch
what,
something today. I'm gonna be watching.
but you got more control of the
Go
content,
ahead.
so you can watch what you want to watch.
Yeah. That's yeah. Growing up in the '80s and '90s, like what's on cable TV, that's what you're gonna get. What's on the radio, that's all you pretty much gonna hear unless you buying a whole lot of music. So now, today, I mean, you can have a playlist that'll play all year if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's
I'm ready for
you
that.
got, like you said, you got more control today.
I'm ready for that Freaknik documentary to come out. I'm gonna watch that. I was looking.
Yeah, a lot of folks been anticipating.
Yeah, I was looking forward today. They got a. I was like, damn. I was like, they got a new movie, a new show about Whitney Houston on Netflix, and then I saw they had like a Dear Mama, something about Tupac. But I'd be like, damn, man, especially with Tupac.
Yeah.
I'd be like, how much y'all like shit? Like, how much movies, how many TV shows, how many books, how much stuff can you put out about Tupac? I'd be like, shit, they still coming out with like, and they still try to like, they'll put it out, act like it's new. I'm like, man, what else can y'all say? Like, shit, like, golly. It's like they know
Tupac been gone for.
they know you can talk about Tupac and that's a check. But he's like, man, what did y'all ain't saying that we
Right.
don't know about him? Like, he only lived 25 years. So what is y'all telling us that we really don't know? Like, come on now. Damn. Y'all put a movie out about him already?
Yeah.
Like come on. Biggie too, I be like, shit.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, like I mean, it's other folks they could be talking about or giving some shine to. Like, man, I wouldn't. When I saw the commercial for it, I'm like, man, another Tupac movie, documentary. Like, yo, I done watched 1,000 of them already. Like, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, how much
You
stuff
know what
they?
I'm saying?
Like I said, I'm not gonna watch it because I know for a fact it ain't nothing new they gonna tell us in there. Like, what? Ain't nothing new y'all gonna tell. Only thing new they could tell us is people's talking about him. That's it. Besides that, it can't be nothing new about his life. But you probably getting people like they'll interview this person, Tupac's cousin. They talking about their life with Tupac or like that to make it like seem like they doing something, but they ain't doing nothing with that shit, man. That shit be crazy.
Yeah, they gonna milk it, man. You know, I don't know who over Tupac estate, but you know what I'm saying? Like every few years, they need some bread, so they allow something to be made in his honor to make the family estate some more money. So
speaking of allowed, what do you think about these AI covers that's been coming out lately? I went through, I was listening to hell of them the other day. All these AI music covers.
Man, you know, it's just, man, it's making the game, I would say, interesting. You
dangerous.
You're gonna create new. Yeah, I mean, you know, me and my partner Ced was talking about this as far as like the artists go, because we talking about like visual arts and how, you know, you got the AI, they can do your artwork and all of this stuff. Like I just released a book, a children's book, and I used AI to do the illustrations for my book.
Yep.
And
how you wanted to look, and
you know, even yeah, I mean, it saved me a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Too, like versus me
doing all that,
doing it myself. Like I could have did it myself. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't feel like I got on the AI and I you know, typed in what I wanted it to look like and played with it and got it to something I could work with. I said, yo, I'm using this, man. So as far as the music go, it's going to create some things. I don't know, as far as like on the legal side goes, like you got AI and you using an artist's voice to go over some production, and people are able to put these songs out. Yeah, and get some points from this music. I was
just thinking about it. I was like, it's kind of like the new remix. It's like the new remix. Shit, you just put AI on that shit, and you got your remix right there. You ain't gotta be in the studio or nothing no more. You just remix with it. Whoever you want to do a remix with, type their name in. Boom, you got a remix. That shit crazy.
Right. You can't get a feature. I'm gonna just get the AI to feature your voice on my song, and this over. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know the legal side. Like how is this going to affect artists with, you know, if you put a video out or put the song on, you know what I'm saying, on these platforms or whatever, like, can you get paid from this?
They already will. It was like, I want to say whoever owned the music shit, they already put out a cease and desist. They trying to stop that shit. Because to me, I just think like, because they got that shit called deep fakes too. You know, the deep fake, you heard of that shit? Deep fake is basically like, they had it where it'd be like the queen, it'll be like looking like it's the queen, but it's just a nigga in a green screen talking. But they'll make that shit like it's the Queen of Elizabeth and she talking to you. So if you combine fake with AI, you don't know what the fuck going on. So it's gonna be like you ain't gonna believe, like it's gonna be to a point where you can't believe anything you see on social media. You already shouldn't believe everything you see on social media, but it's like you can't really believe what you see online because it can be deep fake and it can be AI. So that's gonna be looking crazy. That's gonna be like shit. And then I heard they was even trying to make holograms and shit. So it's gonna be like, man, this shit gonna be wild. You ain't gonna know what to believe and what not to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's real? What's fake? Like what's reality? What's not?
Yeah, that shit gonna be looking crazy. That shit gonna be wild, bro. Oh shit. But then I'll say, what you working on right now? What's the current projects?
So we actually just wrapped up a project, Knowledge Itself Volume 3, Coal Mines. We just wrapped up another project called Food, Clothing, and Shelter. It's an EP. We put out a project called RBG, the EP, Red, Black, and Green. That was like the first project EP, and then we just dropped it. We just finna drop a second EP called Food, Clothes, and the Shelter. I'm working on a solo project though. Honestly, man, I've been doing group work for the longest, and I've never put out anything solo. So that's what I've been working on here, man, the past few months. So
yeah, I would say
I'm about.
I was gonna say I was kind of getting like a Dead Prez vibe from y'all when I was checking out the videos and stuff.
Yeah, man. I've been, it's like the more I learned, man, the more I was like, dang, if I ain't know this stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that more of our people don't know some of this stuff, man. So I was like, yo, I got to put some of this in the music. I thought, I graduated like the top 10% of my graduating class, advanced courses, and all this, man. And you know, when I came back home, man, I was like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's going on in my community? Like, why we got all these negative statistics in the Black community? Like, why we the last hired in the first fire? Like, why we keep going to jail? Why we killing each other in the streets? Like, why is all this stuff happening to us, man? And having these questions just led me to start seeking answers, man. And it led me to an African bookstore here in the city. I found this bookstore online. I was studying information from the 5%ers at the time, and so I had ordered some books online. Well, the bookstore was in New York, and man, my books didn't come for like after a month or two. I'm like, man, they got me for some bread, and the brothers ended up calling me one day. You know what I'm saying? And you know how the New York slang is, man. But we just chopping it up. I'm like, man, look, ain't none of that out here in Arkansas, bro. Ain't no gods and herbs. Ain't no 5%ers. Ain't none of that out here, man. He's like, well, you're gonna have to be the first one. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm trying to get these books though. It was like, yo, the bookstore been closed for like 2 years. And I was talking to a sister at the time. She was like, yo, it's an African bookstore in your city. I'm like, for real? I'm like, you gotta be lying, man. She showed me where the bookstore was. I went into the bookstore, and the elder that gave me this like Black consciousness test, bro. And when I say like I failed it like bad, you know what I'm saying? I felt bad, like, yo, man, my teachers have told me you a genius, you so intelligent and this. I'm like, man, but I don't know nothing about my own people. Like, I don't know nothing about my own history and stuff. Like, so how smart can I really be, man? I felt real bad. So I just kind of went on a spree, man. Like, I bought a lot of books, you know what I'm saying, and just started studying and researching it. And as I would learn this stuff, man, I started to incorporate this more in my music. So that's kind of where the sound comes from, though.
Mm. Yeah, but you was asking all those questions earlier. I want to say, what's the answer? When you was asking all them questions, like what's going on in our community. So, what do you think the answer? I think a lot of this stuff by design. So, I want to hear what your answer is.
Yeah, it definitely ain't by accident. It's an intelligent design. A lot of what goes on in our communities was set up to be this way. The way we treat one another, it was taught for us to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't, by nature, we wouldn't be our own enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would be trying to support one another. We wouldn't be trying to take each other out in the ways that we do. So I know we got to be something going on behind the scenes to make us like this. And the more I study, the more I research. I'm like, yo, this been going on for a minute though. Like this didn't start with my generation. This has been going on for quite some time. It's just been getting worse and worse, and we've been getting deeper and deeper in it. The further we get away from our root, it's like the worse off
Well,
we've gotten. You know what I'm saying?
You kind of going to my question because you was talking about the history. And I just started thinking about Marcus Garvey, and you were saying our roots. So I was saying, like, do you think, like, I know Marcus Garvey back in the day was talking about going back to Africa, even though, they talked about that in Belly too. But do you think that's something we should be thinking about, or you think, shit, we should just figure out how to make it here?
I definitely think that it's an option, man. The world is a lot smaller now than it was in Garvey's time. And I say that
he was talking about it back then.
Yeah. And I say the world is smaller now because we got the internet and all, you know what I'm saying? Like we got all these different other ways to communicate now. So, 100 years ago, it had been difficult for me to get online like we are right now and chop it up with somebody from Nigeria, bro. Like it wasn't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like we couldn't even talk to our brothers and sisters from the continent.
I got a dude from Africa be doing most of my graphics. He been doing my graphics for years. Yep.
Already, man. Like the level of communication now, we can communicate with one another, and I definitely think it's an option, man. And there's a lot of our people who taking that option too. Like a lot of our, there are numbers of our people who are going back to the continent and start their lives over. And I ain't saying Africa is perfect by any means, but one thing I would say would be, for one, we're gonna dominate in population on the continent. We overrun here in the United States. So to me, it makes it that much more difficult for us to really create the type of living arrangements that we need to sustain ourselves. Because when we have done that, man, they bombed Tulsa. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Like, we create these cities and towns for ourselves, and we prosperous, and they attack us every time, man.
They take them away.
I was reading
about
man.
This guy in my city. I'm from Columbus, Mississippi. I was reading about this guy in my city. They said he was well off and had money. Man, cops came through, cops, KKK, whatever, came through, took all his shit, ran him out of there. You know what I'm saying? They was doing that shit all the time. You know how many people they did that to? They were just taking their wealth from you.
Right. I think there are some things that we can do here in the United States, and we must do if we serious about surviving. But all in all, man, I think it's more important, like just being aware of what's going on, what's already been going on, to help people better understand what's going on today. Like a lot of times, our people look at what's happening today, and we think, man, I don't know why this is going on, why this is happening. But I'm like, yo, study some history. If you don't understand what's going on right now, you need to know what happened yesterday. It'll give you a better outlook on what's going on today.
Yeah, I saw this shit yesterday. I was like, damn, they trying to do this shit now? It was Trump talking, and I guess he was saying, yeah, it's right here. Man, that fool talking about he want to make homelessness illegal. Then he said Trump said he will ban homeless camping and create tent cities. It says Trump revealed new homeless policy, tent cities for rehabilitation and jail for those who refuse. I'm like, damn. I'm like, come on now. So motherfucking homeless trying to throw them in jail?
Yeah, that's
why, like, once I heard that, I'm like,
right.
I'm like looking at it like, I just think about stuff right how it is now. And I'm like, shit, if it's like this now, how it's going to be in 20 years? So I'm like, shit, they already talking like that?
Exactly.
they definitely can't let that motherfucker come back in. He talking like that now. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. So instead of trying to help these folks, you just trying to come on now. You could have said anything instead of that. I'm like, that's crazy. You trying to attack the homeless people to get back
Lock them up.
yeah, you trying to attack the homeless people to get back in the office? Like out of all the policies you can be working on, that's your policy. Come on, man. That shit crazy.
But see, that's part of the history. You know, fresh out of slavery, you know, they developed the system called a convict leasing system. So if you was just out and you ain't have no job, they was free to roll up on you and say, "Hey, what you doing? And you ain't gainfully employed? Oh, you loitering. That's a crime." They arrest you and lock you up and then make you work for free as a prisoner. You know what I'm saying? So
that sounds like curfew.
It's kind of like the same thing.
It sounds like curfew. They be having curfew still. I was watching.
Yeah,
I want to say
definitely. They had curfew here.
Yeah, I want to say Detroit. Yeah, that shit sounds similar to curfew, so it sounds like the same shit pretty much. Cause what happens if you you get arrested and you on curfew? They lock you up, or what they do?
Depending on how many offenses or your age, I think, like, you know, for the young people, they fine the parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, they fine the parents, but yeah, sometimes they get locked up though, man. They you know, we had a guy came out and said, look, he wanted to keep the juvenile centers and the prisons at 90% occupancy at all times. Like,
damn, for what?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that money, man. You know what I'm saying? That money.
Yeah, that's a whole thing about
money,
that too.
You know
like,
what I'm saying? For prison.
Yeah, all that, like you said, and they making the money off the free labor, because they have people doing $15 an hour jobs for fucking 25 cents an hour in jail.
Right.
So that's why you want that. That's basically the new slavery, really. Shit. But once you get somebody in jail, you get them doing all that goddamn work like that. Shit, you making a killing. Cause somebody coming up off all them profits. Cause if that shit costs the job is a $20, $15 hour job, that guy is only making 25 cents. Where all that money? Where the rest of that money at? Who got that money?
Man.
Where that money at? Then how many prisons you got? Multiply that times how many prisons you got. Where all that money at? Where that money at? I'm gonna be quiet,
man. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and you know the 13th Amendment says slavery is abolished unless you're duly convicted of a crime. Well, if you just hanging out late and they say it's a crime, now you can be a slave
duly
again.
convicted.
You understand what I'm saying? So
anything.
Yeah.
I was talking about, man, I was kind of like, it was sad, man, because we got kids and stuff, but we be like, just kind of like, man, we just like, I don't even want to be teaching my kids this shit, but it's just like, you can't be out certain times, you can't be doing this, can't be doing this. You have to teach them that shit because shit like this going on. Like, you don't want to be able to get arrested just because, like, you shouldn't be arrested for just being outside and chilling. The shit. You can't risk that shit. That shit happened to me one day, man.
You know, there was. Go ahead, bro.
I was saying, me and my boy one day, man. I'm in California, so I went to see him in Mississippi, and then we just chilling on my mama's front yard in the car, just talking. Just in the car, man. Cops ran up on us like, "What's going on? What the fuck? What y'all doing out here? Like, what you mean? What we doing out here? We're fucking in our yard." So that shit crazy, man. Like that shit be trying. Like it's crazy. I went through it myself.
Man, I know I had an incident, man. I was just walking. I was with a sister. We walking down the street, and it was a university. I mean, it's an open campus. Like it wasn't like it was gated or nothing. We just sat down at the little bus stop, and we just sitting there, man. Police roll up on us. What are y'all doing? We're like, what are we doing? Sitting down. You got some ID? Like, ID for what? Like, what you need to see some ID for? We just sitting here chilling. Oh, somebody called and said they heard some gunshots. Bro, I'm sitting here with a dashiki on. She got like a dashiki dress on. Like, man, do it look like we shooting down here, man? Like, we sitting at the bus stop, like chilling. Man, he just blatantly lied, man. I'm like, man, ain't nobody, we ain't heard no gunshots. So I know ain't nobody called you talking about they heard some gunshots, man. I'm just trying to find anything to let me see your ID so I can run and see if you got any warrants, man. Like anything, bro. I didn't have these run-ins with these folks, man.
Mm. So what's some of your interests outside of music?
Yo, so man, you know how folks talk about like you got studio gangsters, folks who rapping the gangster stuff, but they ain't really living that life. Like, so people have put us in the box of saying we conscious rappers, right? But we ain't studio conscious. Like we actually in the community, working in the community. So with that being said, man, like I run a community garden. I started a community garden here back in 2017.
Dope.
So we teach people in the community, man, how to grow, whether you live in an apartment, duplex, you got acres, whatever the case may be. We just try to encourage our people to get a little more in agriculture, buy you some house plants, grow you some herbs, whatever the case may be. We just want people to be more involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
in understanding where your food comes from.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you, what can we just start off with the so they stay in the apartment. What are some of the things they can grow? You might not know about it.
If you stay in apartments, if you got a balcony, I mean, just depending on your space. Like if you got to grow in the house, you could do aquaponics. You know what I'm saying? You could do aquaponics. You ain't got to deal with no soil. You could have an aquaponic system using PVC pipes and just grow your stuff in water. So you can grow strawberries, peppers, tomatoes. A lot of your different herbs that you use in the kitchen. Basil, thyme, oregano, sage, all of that type of stuff. You can grow in the house.
Why
with no problem.
Why is that important to you? Why is that important that you learn how to grow?
I think it's a life skill, honestly, man. There was a time when this was the primary way that people got their food in the first place. And ever since things became industrialized, we got the grocery stores and the supermarkets and all of that. Like, they used to take kids to the farm so you can kind of see the cows and the chickens and you can see the garden and stuff like that. Bro, they don't that day done. Like they don't happen no more. They ain't taking.
They got slaughterhouses now.
Right. So most of us don't know where our food comes from today, and we already know. The government put all kind of stuff into the food, man. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult to kind of like, for instance, Arkansas is an agricultural state, but the majority of the food that people eat in Arkansas don't come from Arkansas. It's traveling probably 1,500 miles away to get to the grocery store.
Like we getting this shit from Mexico.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff
that shit comes from Mexico.
You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
And it's crazy because like the land that we live on ain't good enough to produce food for the people to eat that live there. Like, what was the people doing prior to this? You know what I'm saying? So
if you stop right there, does that mean it's something wrong with the water?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You just start right there. That means that going deeper right there when you start thinking like that.
Oh man, it's to me, it's it's all polluted. The air, the water, the land. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that they done buried in the soil. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, man, that we dealing with. You know, I just look at it as like another way to try to be a little more self-sufficient, so I won't have to totally depend on the system, is to try to do something for myself. So, you know, however much you can do, like I said, if you just started with a plant, just one plant, that's one vegetable or fruit that you wouldn't have to rely on for a certain amount of time to get from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it yourself. Like, it's kind of like taking back your power. You know what I'm saying? We the most creative people on the planet, man, Black people. But we give up a lot of our power to depend on the system to do so much for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the more we do for ourselves, the more we reclaiming back our own power.
I'm sorry, baby. She's acting like she's dying out here.
Okay.
Yeah, we done anyway, bro. I want to say, you have anything you want to say to the fans and supporters?
Man, yo, if you want to check out MCE music, you can find us on YouTube. That's MCE SOLMUZIK. We on all streaming platforms. That's MCE Soul Music. You can find me, Obafemi, on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. That's 9OBAFEMI. So, yo, that's pretty much it, man. You can check out the garden, the work we do in the garden. It's called GSC Gardens. I started a social media challenge called Grow Something Challenge. So you can search that hashtag Grow Some SUMTHIN, and you can see all of the different ways, man. We show people how to grow. Like, we done grow food in old box springs to milk crates to shopping carts, water bottles, you know what I'm saying? You name it. So we just trying to show people how you can do this for sure. But yo, you can check out the music again on YouTube. That's MCE Soul Music.
You said water bottles?
Yeah, water bottles. Yep. Yeah, you can sprout your seeds in the water bottles.
Yeah, we be growing sprouts. I need to get more into the other stuff too, though, instead of just sprouts.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
All
yeah,
right.
Man.
You got anything you want to? I want to say thanks for coming through Politickin with me.
For sure, man. Appreciate your time, brother.
You got any shout outs?
Man, just shout out to my brothers, man. Ced Adamz. Shout out to my brother Eshmelek, man. That's MCE. Shout out to the ARBGs, man. Y'all know how we do, man. So shout out to my family, the Kinsey, the Lele's. That's how we rock. So it's my baby girl right here, y'all Ashiki. I'm 4. You 4? Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter 3.
5.
Yeah, my daughter 3.
Yeah. She just had a birthday in March.
Happy birthday.
So thank you.
All right, y'all.
Nice to meet you first.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well.
All right, bro. Peace.
Peace, man. I get you. Nice
No
to meet
doubt.
you.